Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I cover oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. Welcome back to my setting powder wars. Today is episode 2, and if you're watching in the future, I will link all of the videos down below for you. I will be testing out 10 drugstore setting powders for your oily skin, and for each of these setting powders, I will be doing an all-day wear test, a flashback test, a baking test, and just a light setting test. So let's get into setting powder number 2, and that is the NYX HD Finishing Powder. This is a lightweight translucent finishing powder that helps soften the appearance of fine lines and pores. This silky powder also has a fresh matte finish. I tested this powder out for 2 days, and day 1 was my first impression, just doing a light setting application. So let's roll the tape. So this is supposed to be translucent, and I mean, it kind of looks chalky, but we will definitely see. So it doesn't smell like anything, so that's pretty good. All right, so I just went ahead and put on all of my makeup. I mean, as far as like my foundation and concealer and my eyebrows. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and set everything. So I'm gonna set my entire face and then also really kind of concentrate on the areas where I put my concealer and where I'm most oily. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spread everything out so I can set the rest of my makeup. Okay, so I went ahead and blended everything out. I don't look as crazy as I did when I very first started pressing it on my face. But yeah, I think that I do look a little ghostly. So when I bronze, I'm definitely gonna be bringing some life back into my skin. But let me show you guys up close. Here's my forehead, in between my eyebrows, my eyes. I am extremely dry on my nose, and then my mouth area. Of course, I need to see how it looks with the rest of my makeup and then setting my face with a setting spray. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have the rest of my makeup on and I set my face with my setting spray, we can definitely see how the powder is working with the rest of my makeup. So there's a lot of texture, a lot. I was really hoping that that setting spray was gonna really melt everything together, but it didn't. It's really accentuating my fine lines and wrinkles, like in between the eyebrows, kind of right here where I have my smile lines. And then of course, I mean, I always have this problem with my crease from my chin to my lip. But I feel like this is, you know, a little bit more defined than other powders. Let me just show you. So I don't know how well you can see just how much texture is there. Oh, and then I have some really bad creasing. And I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape and I never have this problem. And then my nose, I just will not blame the setting powder on my nose. I am insanely dry right now as far as my nose goes. If you can see here, like when I smile, like, oh my God, it's really accentuating the fine lines. And then here's the texture, right there. Like you can see it cracking already. So I'm really hoping that at the end of the day, maybe my oils will start to mix in with this face powder and will look better. I don't know. All right, I'll be right back to show you guys. 10 hours later, and let's go ahead and take a look at my makeup. I have not touched up or anything like that. I just left it as it is and let my oils come through. I did take a walk today with a mask, so let's go ahead and keep that in mind. So there is still a lot of texture going on in between the eyebrows. I noticed earlier as well that it was accentuating my pores and my fine lines, and I don't see that it has gotten better over time, because I do see that my oils have mixed in with the powder, and I do think it actually looks a lot better than before. I do still have the texture pretty much around my mouth area as well. Let's go ahead and do a close-up so you guys can see. So I'm hoping you guys can see the texture in between my eyebrows. And then just see how, you know, my pores are really accentuated. Like, I just feel like they didn't, like the powder didn't do a very good job like covering them. And then you can see here, I still have the texture and like separating. I'm gonna try another way of putting on this finishing powder. I think I'm gonna be using a sponge this time to apply it because it's a lot of people's favorites and I don't understand why. I'm definitely gonna try tomorrow and I will definitely let you guys see. So today's day 2 and we are about 8.5 hours into the day. Today I went ahead and applied the setting powder with just a dry sponge. I just lightly pressed it all over my skin. And then of course, concentrating it a bit more on like my under eye area and just like the places where I crease. Initially, so beautiful. I was like, oh my God, you know, this is the way to apply dry sponge. Right now, I do see just a little bit of texture. I'm not saying that this is horrible at all. I'm just saying that there is a little bit of texture going on, like some separation in the chin area, but this time I think it did a really good job with my pores and my fine lines. It did a really good job with just controlling my oils. Let's go ahead and do a close-up. Here is my forehead, in between my eyebrows. We are not even going to talk about my nose. My husband made some spicy food and I was just blowing my nose all day. Or well, you know, the whole time. And then here are my pores. I think that they definitely look a lot better today. And then here is where you see the texture. Okay, so I do want to try one more thing just because I finally found a way to make this work. I want to make sure that I can touch up and it be just as beautiful as it was earlier. So let's go ahead and just absorb all of my oils. So it didn't get any better, but it really mattified my skin and you can definitely see where I touched up. As you can see, the best way to use this setting powder was with a dry sponge and just lightly press it into the skin. It did not work with a brush or packing the powder on. I didn't bake, all I did was just kind of pack it on and it left a white cast, which is really weird because whenever I did my flashback test, I didn't really see any flashback. Here's the picture. You guys let me know. Do you guys see any flashback? I don't think I see it, but let me know in the comments below. Do you guys see it? I just thought it was weird that whenever I looked at myself in the mirror, I saw a white cast on parts of my skin where I really concentrated the powder. And then when I took the picture, I didn't really see that. So anyway, let me know down below. This setting powder definitely mattified my skin like instantly. And then throughout the day, my oils did come through and it kind of just mixed with my oils. The powder mixed with my oils really nicely. It didn't look textured like it did when I applied the powder with a brush and I kind of packed it on. It didn't look textured. It didn't look cakey. I think it looked really nicely. And I know I wore it for up to 8 hours, but just kind of throughout the day, I was looking in the mirror, just seeing how the powder was doing, and I got a pretty good 6-hour wear out of it. I think for the price, which was $10, the setting powder is pretty nice. You just have to learn how to work with it. I am seriously so excited for this series. I'm really excited for the next setting powder that I'm going to be using. I've been wanting to try this out for so long, and then I found out that this one was good for oily skin, so I was like, yes, I have to pick it up and use it for this series. So definitely stay tuned for next week because oh my God. Anyway, let me know down below, have you guys used this setting powder before? Let me know if you like it and let me know how you got it to work for you so that way I can share the good news. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Thanks. Bye.